This is Allison Cavino's final presentation for the country case study on England for EDTC 645. Global awareness is at the forefront of this case study. Global awareness is an understanding of knowledge of global and cultural perspectives. These understandings have impacts on the world, such as social, cultural, and educational relations. The purpose of this case study was to learn about educational systems and teachers. After all, a good teacher is always becoming a better teacher. One of the most powerful ways to do this is to observe or ask questions of others. As education in the U.S. has fallen to the middle of the pack among developed nations, it is in our best interest to find out how others are doing things. The main focus of this case study was how teachers in England use technology integration. Effective technology integration is achieved when its use supports curricular goals. It must support 4 key components of learning: active engagement, participation in groups, frequent interaction and feedback, connection to real-world experts. So how do teachers in England do this? 4 of them were kind enough to share. Ruth Burchell, who is the director and teacher for the Ankersholm School of Music, primarily uses YouTube to look at performances for analysis, study, and critique with her students. She feels that in using it, her students are more engaged than with her traditional lessons. Han Doan of the Beaumont School, north of London, uses technology in a larger variety of ways and on a daily basis. Some technologies include smartboard, mobile devices, iPads and iPods, and a popular music notation software called Sibelius. She feels her students are more engaged, but wonders if this is because they do not get a lot of technology integration in other subjects. Renela Hayter, who formerly taught at the Langley Academy, west of London, by nature uses technology daily. This is because she taught information communication technology. She feels that technology can be highly effective in any area, but students must be monitored correctly. Tracy Futit, who teaches English at the Lama School, attempts to use technology regularly within her English and composition course. She primarily uses blogs that require her students to type their papers on computers. She finds that students are more engaged and thinks this is due to the high interest of technology among young people. So how do we know, based off of a teacher's opinions, if a country is a technology leader? Oftentimes, countries believe they're technology leaders, but do little in comparison to other countries, and ultimately they're not. The same is true in reverse. Many times people think they are technology leaders, but fall behind what others are doing. Let's look at these teachers again to see if they help make England a technology integration leader. Ms. Burchell feels that her own lack of experience and skill hold her own school back from being a technology leader. Ms. Doan feels that while her school is not technology-driven, she does get the support that she needs from the school. However, the school would need to do more to be a technology leader. Both Ms. Hayter and Ms. Futit stated that their school does not emphasize the use of technology, but that they are supported in it. Neither would consider their schools to be leaders. Even though we have some great opinions, what do the findings tell us? That there's a significant use of technology, and while teachers may not feel they're leaders, their use of integration says otherwise, and England could be considered a leader in educational technologies. To get a better sense of how England fares, let's compare them with the United States. Teachers in both England and the US use technology within their classrooms, but their perception is different, as teachers in England do not feel that they are leaders, whereas teachers in the US believe they are. If we compare technologies used in England versus those in the US, you can see many of the technologies are the same. Equally, in both countries, teachers feel technology can be highly effective when used properly, and equally, teachers feel it can be a distraction, but that ultimately, it adds to a student's education. In both countries, it is felt that technology is a large part of a student's life, so adding it into school only makes sense. Current students around the world are 21st century learners, and therefore they should have 21st century experiences within the classroom. Ultimately, through this study, we learned that both England and the United States are technology leaders in their own right. Technology is ingrained in students, and teachers should harness this to advance student learning, no matter what country they're in. Through well-drafted questions and responses from interviews, we learned that technology integration in England is similar to that in the United States. Although none of the teachers interviewed considered their school to be technology leaders, they utilized the tools available to them to integrate technology into their lessons. They all agree that technology-infused lessons have a positive impact on the student learning process, and students were more engaged when technology was used. The interview questions in this case study were designed to allow for background information and more in-depth questioning on technology integration. I hope you enjoyed the show.